Hello guys, and welcome back to Rogue Mystic Divination, and I don't know, I guess these are just not meant to be Sunday through Saturday, they are meant to be Monday through Sunday, so every time I go to do weekly, it just did not work out, so here we are. This one is going to be for the collective. Thank you for tuning back into Rogue Mystic Divination, and still trying to get caught back up and get back on a schedule to where everything is coming out on a regular basis. So thank you for sticking with me. I know lately for the past month or so it's been rough for no reason other than just feeling horrible and sick and things just not working out the way that they were supposed to. So thank you for your patience. I do have readings open for personal private readings, and if you would like to order one from me, I'm going to have a Ko-Fi link down below in the description, and then I'll take you to where you can do that. So this reading is going to be for the week of November 25th through December 1st. And we're going to do one card per day. And hopefully I will be able to get everything out for your individual signs as well. Collective through to all the way to Pisces. And I do also include an Ophiuchus reading in there if you consider yourself under the sign of Ophiuchus. Please be sure to check your sun, moon, and rising signs to get a better picture of what's going on. And if you're here because you didn't get that clear picture from your chosen sign, then maybe this will help you out. But this is the first one I'm doing, so here we go. One card per day. One card summarizing everything up, and then at the end of that, there will be a 3-card. Pick a card for a yes/no answer, and I'll expand upon that whenever we get there. So for the 25th of November, we have the Knight of Pentacles. May not be doing much on Monday, but whatever it is that you do say is absolute, and no one's going to be able to budge you from that. You have a path that you're on, and you put hard work going into this, and you're going to continue to put the hard work in. No one's going to get in the way of your routine because you have it set in place for a reason, and that is how you are functioning. That's how you're getting things done, and there's no reason for anybody to try and get in the way of that. It doesn't mean, however, that they won't, but you do have a plan in place to deal with that, and if they do try to affect you one way or another, it is not going to do them any good. They're just going to be wasting their time. For Tuesday, the 26th, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So someone is coming in with a disingenuous offer. They have a good idea. They have all this creative energy that they want to put out there towards you, but it's not going to work out very well for them. They may be trying to overcommit themselves and make themselves look a certain way, but in reality, they have one foot out of the situation, and they're going to find it very, very hard to fully commit to what it is that they're saying. This could be someone coming in that's jealous of the progress that you're making, because even though you're making slow progress, you are making progress. And everything you're doing for a reason. With the Knight of Pentacles coming in first, at the first of the week, this Knight of Cups does feel like someone that's coming in to almost try and throw you off track. Or they're trying to jump on the bandwagon after they told you that this was a bad idea. This is definitely someone with wishy-washy energy. They did not want to put the work in to get to where you're at, but they want to just kind of jump in midway of whatever it is that you're doing, and that's not going to work out. They don't have the prep, they don't have the materials, and they are better off trying to do something else because they're not going to commit to this anyway. For Wednesday, there's something that's not going to pay out as well as you thought it was, either in energy or in results, but it's going to be for the better in the long road, because, well, this Knight of Pentacles seems like it is your main path. This is almost a side quest that you were hoping was going to be something that you could rely on later, but in reality, you're just going to end up cutting it off at its knees and taking what you've invested in it with plus a little bit more, and pretty much just getting out of Dodge with that one. You realize that you don't really have the time or patience to wait for this to develop the way that you need it to if you're going to invest in it. So this could be like a stock or bond or Bitcoin that you threw money into and has grown a little bit, but it's not what you were hoping it was going to be a quick turnaround in, so you're just going to pull everything out. It could be also that you have something else that comes up that could be a better investment that's more in line with what it is that you're doing on Monday. And Thursday. Thursday Collective, there's a connection that you're trying to make, but it's not working out. There's something going on behind the scenes that you don't know about that's causing this person to not trust you or this connection to not work out for you. It may be that this Knight of Cups up here on Tuesday actually said something to someone else involved with this connection that you're trying to make that's not something viable that you can actually deal with anyway. You're going to end up finding out later on that this connection that you were trying to make was not going to be in your best interest. On the flip side of that, this could be somebody that you were trying to make a connection with, but they end up breaking off or not showing up to either a date or an appointment. It does not look like you will be rescheduling this. Possibly someone ghosting you. And I believe that is actually... I believe that's actually Thanksgiving. But for Friday, you have the Three of Cups, so disharmony. Now, normally you would think that this would come out on Thanksgiving itself, but this could be like a postponed party to where everyone couldn't show up on Thanksgiving, so they decided to do it on Friday after work or something, or a Friendsgiving, and nothing is working out for this connection that you're trying to make. And I keep coming back to the Knight of Cups. Like, they may be sabotaging this not only for you, but for other people. Now, saying that, it's likely that there is something this Knight of Cups does not want you to know about. And for Saturday, we have the Queen of Wands in the upright. So someone's coming through and they're making their case known. They're making their opinion known. They're not holding anything back, and everything is direct and quick. communication with this person. They're not holding anything back. They're telling you what their opinion is, and they're not changing their mind. They're not burying any of their information. This does not have to be a fire sign. This could be it feels more like an earth sign or an air sign. Whenever you're talking to this person, though, make sure that you are focused on what it is that they're saying in your interactions with her, because she's going to expect you to keep up. And for Sunday, things coming together, but you will have picked up a burden somewhere along the way, but you have no problem putting in the hard work, though. This is more of that Knight of Pentacles energy. Things are going to pay off for you, but somewhere along the line, you're going to end up picking up extra responsibility on Sunday. Probably from talking with this Queen of Wands. If you're looking for a job offer to come in, it's going to come in on Saturday. Now, typically these are just general readings, just general energy around whatever sign or the collective that I'm working on. And if you are looking for work this week, I am really tempted to say that putting your due diligence in on Monday is going to end up paying off, but it won't pay off until the end of the week. And I'll be very careful of who it is you're putting down as a reference, because that may actually be what's going on with these cards in reverse in the middle of the week from Tuesday to Thursday. This one would almost seem like this is someone that you know, a friend that you put down as reference that's not telling them the best things about you. And then we have a Seven of Pentacles. This is a previous boss that's actually wanting you to go back to work for them, but they're not going to reach out to you and say that. They almost want you to come back in begging for your job back or for a job working with them. And then on Thursday, it's a job that you want, but you just can't manage to make things work for one reason or another. And right whenever everything seems to be turning against you on Friday, it's almost going to be like that's the forest fire that was meant to clear the way for what it is that you are supposed to come into contact with, which is whenever you have all this communication coming in. Because the queens talk and feel about what it is that their element is specific to. And if this isn't a love reading, which, I mean, this isn't a love reading, but this is just in general, it does feel like all this has to do with some kind of job or some actions that you need to consistently commit to. But it does look like Saturday is going to be all the information that you need, and it's going to start off you preparing or completing tying up some loose ends on Sunday. So, that being said, card wrapping up the entire week altogether, all of that energy is leading to information. You're going to be able to make quick decisions, quick movements, depending on what it is that ends up coming, that you end up coming into contact with this week. You're not going to be stumbling, but you're going to make short, sweet movements that do exactly what it is that they are intended to do, and things are going to be moving very quickly. It seems like December, there's a lot of energy coming in with November, but almost like it was the container waiting for December to start up. And everything that was meant to happen in November almost got delayed until everything starts moving in December. So, starting off December with hard work. But hard work that has a point to it. All plans look like they are good and set, so I would not worry too much. I would just handle things as they come. And what is you're meant to be involved with is going to end up being what you are actively involved with in December, especially the first week. And this is your 3-card, pick a card. Pick all of them, pick one of them. It's up to you. And pick a different question for each card if you want to. But if you pick card 1, we have competition. If you are asking a question about what is getting in my way right now, this is other people trying to put their irons in the same fire that you are, and that is taking the energy of what it is that you're trying to work on. It's more of the energy of somebody else coming in at the beginning of the week that says that, oh, I see that you're doing something and it might be worthwhile. So from a distance, I am going to see that it could add value to my life. But whenever they get into it or they look a little bit closer, they realize that there's actual work. There's something they have to do to make this happen for themselves, and they don't want to take the steps to make it happen. Almost like they want you to do, since you're doing it for yourself, you could do it for them too, but that's not going to work out, and that could be where this competition and these disagreements come in at. Someone else isn't doing their due diligence toward their supposed goal, but they don't really have that goal. They're just trying to act like they do so they can get something out of it or make it your fault. If you are having relationship problems, there's more than one person affecting the person that you're trying to have a communication with or have a relationship with. Now, on the flip side of that person is also allowing them to be the excuse as to why they can't communicate with you effectively. They are allowing them to have this effect on them and almost kind of gleefully taking them on a scapegoat so that they can say, well, it's not my fault, I don't want to have anything to do with you, or I haven't been able to contact you. It's theirs because they've kept me busy. They have kept themselves busy with these other people because they don't really necessarily want to be involved with you, and they're allowing these distractions to come in. And they may not value you as much as you wish that they would, but they could see that after you gave them a little taste of what it's like to be around you and to be with you, that they're expected to reciprocate somehow, and they're not willing to, or they're unable to, and they don't want to admit that. And for card 2, for card 1, no, they do not actually want this connection with you, and there is no future in it. Whether this is a romantic connection, a work connection, it could be just something where the universe put you two together for a moment to not see what would happen because it was pretty obvious from a third person perspective, but on card 1, it's almost like you needed to see that they were not going to value you in the long run. So no, you should not continue trying to pursue this connection. And for card 2, you are going to have people looking at you with quite a bit of jealousy. You, even though you've put the work in and you've done what you can to get to where you are, and you may end up showing a moment of pride. Like, yes, I put that work in. Yes, I did that. Yes, I worked there. Yes, I went through that process. Even if there's a sigh of relief at the end of that, someone's going to be holding that against you. They're not going to take that as, oh, good for you. You know, they may even take it as bragging. Even though they asked you what it is that you've been doing and what you've been up to, they didn't want to hear anything good. Don't be afraid to stand in your self-confidence, though, and remember that you did put that work in, and you did spend your time doing something for a very specific reason, and it wasn't to show that you were better than or could accomplish something that somebody else couldn't. It was so that you could show it. You went for it for either a paycheck or for a reward or for a certification, and you got what you went there to do. You got what you went there for, and that's what should matter to you, not how other people react to that. And for card 3. This transition is going to be pretty easy for you because it's if you're wondering if somebody's going to come with you, it's still up in the air for them because they have some unfinished business that's not physical baggage, it's not physical things. It's something that they're not sure if they want to leave it behind or not. This could be a relationship that they're not quite done with yet, even though they seem to make the proclamation that it's over with and they want nothing to do with that person. They still feel something connecting them to a place, a person, or a thing, or a job, because they think they can still get something out of it. Now, that's their idea that's going to hold them back, but that's why there's a maybe. You're trying to make a move, either physically or in the job market, and if this is in relation to a job, it could be because this employer could be trying to get you to quit instead of letting you go voluntarily. Because they don't want to pay the they don't want to deal with unemployment. They don't want to be on the hook for anything like that. So they could be trying to make something your fault, but they're not actively trying to do it. They're just sidestepping things and not filing paperwork and not doing something that they should be doing. Even if this isn't in relation to a job, someone's trying to intentionally not do what it is that they're supposed to be doing to hold you back somehow. Regardless of this person's influence in this, you are going to be moving on. It's just a question of whether or not you're going to be moving on with or without them. So I still make plans for you, and if we'll leave things open to see if the other person makes up their mind. And you'll feel it whenever it comes up to that point where, should I keep waiting for this person or not? Whenever you get everything together that you need to deal with, that you need to wrap up, and you have everything sectioned off to what is it you're taking with you and what you're not, by the time you get done doing that, organization is going to be whenever you can give them an ultimatum and say, okay, you have however long before I'm leaving, and if you're not ready by then I'm just leaving without you. Alright guys, so thank you. This was a collective weekly reading for November 25th through December 1st, and as always, I'm grateful for you tuning in. If you stayed till the end of the reading, please come back and check your sun, moon, and rising sign, which hopefully should be up here in just a little bit. But as always, do not forget to like and subscribe if you like the content on this channel, and I hope to see you back.